Hey YouTubers, Grimmy Dragon here, and once again it's review time, and this is going to be something special. This is going to be part of a Grim Customs set, as I'm going to be taking a look at the figure I'm going to be customizing. And might have started by the time you see this video, because today we are going to be taking a look at one of Boss Fight's Vitruvian Hacks female blanks, the Champagne Beige edition. So here is a figure I've been waiting weeks for. Ordered this at the beginning of July and just got it very recently, but it is well worth the wait. Apparently Boss Fight wasn't quite ready for us to realize how awesome this is, or they just underestimated our ability to realize how awesome this figure is, or these figures, well, this whole line. But yeah, whatever the case, it's here now, so time to get a good look at it. And yeah, at first glance, for this blank series, we're basically looking at a naked female action figure with some accessories. But you know, you can buy armor bits, you can buy little bits to put on it, whatever. You can also paint it, which I am going to do. And that's going to be a Grim Custom, so you can tune in and watch me make this into Circuit Breaker from the Transformers Marvel comics. But we're not at that point yet. We're just looking at the figure itself. And it is a nice figure. The sculpt is very nicely done. They got the musculature, they got the body and bone structure done almost perfectly. So, no complaints there. Looks great. We zoom in on the basic face sculpt. You can see it's done very well. Let's see if I can get it to actually just... My tripod's a little funny about these things, but you can see the face sculpt is very stern, very serious, and very bald. Yeah, the base, like, this is how it came right out of the bag, so yeah. But, bald head. It's done very nicely, though. I do like it. The rest of the sculpt is done fairly well. Hands are done nicely. The feet that it came with have toes. And also have the bottom of the feet sculpted very honestly, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think this is a really well done figure. So yeah, there's that. And she does have alternate heads. We'll get into that in a moment. Before we do that, let's get into articulation, because she does have a ball jointed head. Actually, it's a double ball joint, one in the neck and one at the head itself, so you got plenty of movement. Some wiggle waggle up, and like, you can look pretty far up, pretty far down. You got left and right, got some waggle left and right. Very articulated. You got universal shoulders, elbow bend, bicep swivel, wrist rotation, as well as up and down. So plenty of movement there. A nice ball joint and abs area, like just below the bust. So you can go all around, up and down, left and right. Very good there. Despite that cut in the middle, she doesn't have a waist swivel that I can find. Could be wrong, but she doesn't really need it. She does have ball jointed hips, so you got forward, back that far. Doesn't really go back due to the sculpt, but you got forward up to there, pretty good. Outward, full split. No thigh swivel, which is unfortunate, but you do have a double jointed knee. Really nice. You have the forward backward at the ankle, as well as an ankle pivot. So she is very articulated. And I would stand to guess that the male figures are just as articulate. And I'm pretty happy with that. We'll just zoom in, because she does have some alternate parts. And we'll start off with the head. Back her up a little bit. So we can actually just pop the head off. Again, it's on a double ball joint. It's pretty cool. And we can put in one of 3 alternate heads. Like, she comes with 4 heads, so you got a short hair head, if I could get this on. Give me a moment. This one wants to be a little difficult. There we go. This is meant to be a long hair head with a attachable ponytail. And the ponytail has an articulation joint of its own, so it can swish left and right. Really cool. Still has that very stern face, since these were for the Amazons. Just pop that off, and she has a strange no mouth head, like some kind of masked head, I guess. And that looks okay. Personally, for what I got in mind, the main head's going to be the short hair, although I might use the long hair version for an alternate. Now she also has a couple alternate hands, but you could just pop those out. Yeah. Pop the alternate hands in, and these have in and out movement, which are very stiff. So, but yeah, you got alternate hands with that alternate movement, which is cool. And she also has alternate feet. So if you don't like the bare feet, you can put in these boot feet, which are pretty cool. And they slide in like so. If I can get this on camera. We'll try this one more time. Sorry, it's kind of hard to keep this on camera. They just slide in nice and tight. Got that solid boot. And since they were designed for these in that Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S line, you got, I never put these on before, so they might be a little tough. You got sandal feet, which is pretty cool. I'm probably going to be using the boot feet, but for now we'll just pop on the bare ones. But yeah, articulation's really good. So yeah, I'm just trying to get her to stand. There we go. And yeah, she's got good balance, but you know, just trying to adjust her a little bit here and there is always going to be tricky, especially when you're on a camera. So, yeah. Now, as you saw before, she did come with a stand. This nice little Boss Fight Studio stand, real cool. Like that logo. Get these out of the way so we can do some size comparisons. And since she's meant to be like in G.I. Joe scale, we'll start off with a G.I. Joe, well, Transformers Club exclusive. And that's Marissa Fairborn. Like you can see, they are about the same height. We'll bring in another Hasbro one from Star Wars, Mr. Luke Skywalker, who this figure is significantly taller than. We'll also bring one from Marvel Legends, Shauna the She-Devil. We'll also bring in Death's Head from Marvel Legends, who's very tall. And Rogue, who's about maybe a hair shorter. And just for fun, and I happen to have him handy, we'll bring in the 4-inch Link from World of Nintendo. As you can see, she scales very well with other 4-inch figures. And you may be wondering if she can actually wear their heads. Well, we'll find out together, because I'll just pop one off. Now I gotta just see about getting the right ball joint out. It works better with the bald head, actually. There we go. So I got the ball joint out. Just try to pop Shara's on. And unfortunately, it doesn't quite work. It's a fit, but this little neck peg thing goes a little too high for any other figureheads to work. Like, we'll try Fairborns. And yeah, this is getting gory where I'm decapitating people here left and right. But Fairborns actually fits on the ball, but as you can see, it doesn't quite work. So yeah, it's not gonna be a figure you can just make a body for your favorite character. Which is kind of sad, but you know, at the same time, that'll prevent some very lewd situations, I'm sure. And it's going to be hard for me to get this ball joint out of Fairborn's head now. I have to get some tweezers for that later. But in any case, yeah, this is going to be a really good figure once I get her painted up. And yeah, we'll see that whole adventure as I turn this blank slate into Circuit Breaker from the Transformers Marvel Comics. So that'll wrap things up for the blank female base. Really nice articulation. I think I'm going to want to get some of the regular Amazons and maybe even the Gorgons. Um, and the male figures too, so we'll see what happens. They are kind of pricey right now, 20 bucks a pop, but you know, this is a smaller company, and while they do great work, they don't put out the heavy numbers that Hasbro would. Bear with them on their shipping because apparently they don't know how awesome their figures are, or they just don't know how well we understand how awesome their figures are. One of the two, because they, like, when these finally became readily available, they got so swamped that they had to delay orders by weeks. So yeah, and hopefully that will iron itself out very soon. They are a great company. They're willing to talk to you, so that's always good. And the product, well, that's well worthwhile. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye out there, whatever you are.